Good day. In this video we're going to show you how to go about sketching a hyperbola. The formula we're going to use for a hyperbola is the one you see in the bottom middle here. We know it's a hyperbola if there is an x in the denominator, in other words an x at the bottom. We see y equals to plus 1 over x as the mother graph of hyperbolas. Because in this equation we have an x in the denominator, we know we're not allowed to divide by 0. So we have one asymptote at x equals to 0. And that means if we can't have a 0 on this side, y can also not be 0. And that tells us our second asymptote is y equal to 0. So we'll have an asymptote on the x-axis and an asymptote on the y-axis. If there is a plus in front here, the curves will sit here and here compared to the asymptotes. And if we have a minus here, the curves will sit here and here compared to the asymptotes. In textbooks, they will write, compared to the formula, if the a is positive, will be here, and if the a's are negative, smaller than 0, will be here. And remember, you can name a function, for instance, f of x equals 1 over x, or you can write y equals to plus 1 over x. You may use any small letter of the alphabet to name the function. Let's show you a possible way how you can sketch this hyperbola. You keep a rough Cartesian plane available next to you, and as you work out things, you fill it in. First, we find out the two asymptotes and write down their equations. Easy to remember, the first one is y equals to number at the back. The one is y equals to plus 2. You write the equation down and you fill it in roughly on your Cartesian plane. The next asymptote is bottom equal to 0. That means x minus 4 equals to 0. You simplify that, you get x equals to 4. You indicate it on your Cartesian plane. And I advise you to write the coordinate where they meet down close to the crossing. Secondly then, because there is a plus in front here, I know we'll be working here and here to plot in our curves. Thirdly, we set up a table to find coordinates that we can plot on this Cartesian plane. Always start on your x value of your vertical asymptote, because there's going to be something on the left of it and something on the right of it. So you choose a few numbers on the right and a few numbers on the left of that x is equal to 4. And then put them in here with your calculator and get these y values. But I advise you to use your calculator if you have one. Push the mode button, go to the table function, use the alpha button to get the x activated. Type this into your calculator and get this table on your calculator. Go and look at the video that says Sketch Functions Table Calculator. Next we work out our intercepts, if we need them and we don't have them yet. If there is one, we work out the y-intercept by making x 0. Go up here and we make that x 0. Then you simplify this, you get y equals to 1.5. You write down the coordinate and you plot it on here. Next you work out your x-intercept by making y 0. You go to your original equation and you make y 0. It should look like this. Then you solve for x. Most people take the plus 2 and minus 2 on both sides. Then you times by the LCD, which is x minus 4. The new equation would look like this. You times the minus 2 in and you solve for x. You get x equals to 3 and you write down the coordinate, which is then 3 and 0, and you plot it on your graph. Now we're almost finished. So now you'll make a neat sketch and it'll look something like this, with your y-axis, your x-axis indicated, your two asymptotes, y equals to 2, x equals to 4. You write in the coordinate where the two asymptotes meet, 4 and 2. You fill in a coordinate for your y-intercept and a coordinate for your x-intercept. then you need one coordinate at least on this curve. So you go into your table, find one of these nice coordinates and indicate it there on scale. And draw in the two curves. Lastly, we work out the equations of the axis of symmetry. We're going to use this coordinate where the two asymptotes meet. There's the one axis of symmetry, the one with a positive gradient, and there is the other axis of symmetry with a negative gradient. We use this formula for the one with a positive gradient and this one for the one with a negative gradient. We take this coordinate, plug it in here to find C, this coordinate, plug it in here to find C. Then the two equations of the axis of symmetry will be y equals to x minus 2, the one with a positive gradient, and y equals to minus x plus 6, that one. Look at the video that says axis of symmetry on hyperbolas. Please stop the video and make sure you understand what happened here. Please indicate whether you liked or disliked the video and subscribe to the channel. If you run into any problem sketching an hyperbola, you can send a clear WhatsApp picture of your problem to this number and a clear WhatsApp picture of where you tried it. Then we will try and help you and send back an answer as soon as possible. Enjoy the hyperbola.